Hello, kiddies. I'm sorry to say, but I'm much too busy to terrorize you today. I've got a hair appointment. But you'll be happy to know my cousin Xena's coming to visit you.
Yes! Superb quality! Priceless to you, meaningless to me. I am Xena, task mistress of time, and I need something new for my collection and all of the knowledge that goes with it, and I need it now! If AJ and his curious cronies don't bring me treasures from the past, I'll stop their clocks forever!
Time. The most precious treasure in the universe. Our mission? To explore it. To travel through history, unraveling its mysteries, unlocking its secrets, unleashing its energy. Knowledge is power.
Well, it's a great big world. And it's been around a long, long time.
AJ time travelers, traveling through history, unlocking its secrets.
The ring is the key.
AJ time travelers,
Question unravelers.
knowledge is power. AJ time travelers.
It says here that couples that have been married for a long time can often read each other's...
Mines?
Mom, Dad, guess what? I got a job.
Good for you, son.
Where are you working?
Matt and I are gonna paint Old Man Keneally's garage. Another $100 for the car fund.
What kind of paint are you going to use?
I don't know, blue?
Are you renting an electric paint stripper or doing it by hand?
Stripper?
Of course, you can't put the new paint on over the old paint.
And you'll need brushes and ladders and drop cloths and masking tape.
Don't forget the spackle, Mother.
That's right.
I hadn't really thought about all that stuff.
AJ, my boy, when you have a job, you need a game plan.
No! If you're thinking do flies like it when that happens, you're thinking right.
AJ, your dad's got a point. The secret of success is planning ahead.
I don't need to do that. We're just gonna show up, order a couple of pizzas, and paint the thing. No sweat.
With an attitude like that, his job could go right down the...
Drain.
Yeah. Oh, Snookums.
Commander, Bits picked up evidence of Xena in this time gradient.
What's Xena?
It's not a what, it's a who, and we need you ASAP.
Okay, Maria, prepare the ship for my arrival.
Okay, guys, Commander's on his way.
Time turbo up and running.
Just about finished here.
Well, Isadora, you certainly are applying the old elbow grease.
No, that's what I'm cleaning up. Somebody dripped elbow grease all over the floor.
Oh, I certainly hope you're not using that toothbrush to brush your teeth.
That would be disgusting. This is your toothbrush.
Commander, checklist completed. The Kyros awaits your arrival.
And your arrival awaits your arrival.
Let's go!
Ciencia es potencia!
Knowledge is power!
Welcome aboard, AJ.
Good to be back, Maria.
Commander on the bridge.
We're glad you're here.
Bit. Maria. What's up, Ollie?
Xena's flitting around the time-space continuum, marking her time territory.
She's bored and she wants new toys.
Wait a minute. What's the worst thing Xena can do to us?
Well, she could take away the Kyros.
She can make us her slaves.
Ah! She can stop time, and end life as we know it.
You don't ask, you don't learn.
Well, if it isn't Commander A.J. Malloy. Cute little cuddly Commander. Xena is bored, and I need something new for my collection.
Have you tried the Cable Shopping Club? It's Cubic Zirconia Madness Month. You can get a solitaire setting for as little as...
Hey, you can't do that to him.
I just did it! And I'm going to do it to you, and you, and you, all of you, unless you can match wits with me on some historical topic. Go back and visit, oh, I don't know. Oh, yes. That American president, the one with the glasses and the cute mustache that tickles when you kiss him.
Theodore Roosevelt. So I've heard.
Yes. I want you to go back and find out everything about his greatest accomplishment as president. And if you haven't learned enough, and of course bring dear Xena a gift, I'll teach you a lesson you'll never forget.
3 easy payments of $29.95. Did I miss something?
Now go and do.
She's bad news. I wouldn't swarm around her, and I'm not that picky.
Teddy Roosevelt's greatest accomplishment? What's she talking about? I mean, President Roosevelt did so many great things.
Maybe she's talking about the Spanish-American War, when he led the Rough Riders up the San Juan Hill.
But that was before he was president.
This is a tough one. We really dug ourselves into a hole.
That's it! A hole!
Bit, get ready to set the coordinates.
Destination locked in.
The Canal Zone in Panama, 1906.
In case of a water landing, I can be used as a flotation device.
Time Tower, this is the Kyros, requesting clearance for departure.
Roger that, Kyros. Oh, you're going to Panama, huh? Well, let's see. It's near the equator, so it's about 190 degrees. Humidity's about 200%. The bugs are gonna have a hold down in your shorts. Have a good trip.
Can we be cleared, Pulse? Please?
Okay, it's your shorts. You're cleared direct to the Canal Zone, 1906. Taxi to passenger entry platform 755.74. Oh, and if your mission is successful, you'll win one of these. A lifetime supply of tortoise wax used by discriminating tortoises the world over. That's right, tortoise wax for that slow, buffed out shine.
Let's blast into the past.
Prepare for arrival.
On the planet Earth, on the narrow strip of land between North and South America, is the country Panama, the Indian word for abundance of fish. Panama is famous for coffee, bananas, and sugarcane. It is also home of one of humankind's greatest engineering triumphs, the Panama Canal.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Canal Zone. Thank you for traveling, Kyros. May your time back in time be the time of your life.
It sure is hot back in 1906.
Here he is, the youngest man ever to become president of the United States.
He was a cowboy and a rough rider.
He was a police commissioner and governor of New York.
Let's give a rousing bully for him.
To America's 26th president,
Theodore, a teddy bear of a man,
Roosevelt.
Where am I? This is not the White House.
It's a time machine, Mr. President. I'm Commander A.J. Malloy.
Ah, Commander! You interrupted my little shindig in the Oval Office. I was having a reunion with my fellow Rough Riders.
You know, I've heard about those Rough Riders. Have you tried ointment?
Poultry, have you tried thinking before you talk?
We won't take a bunch of your time. We just want to learn about the Panama Canal.
Ah, the canal! Bully!
By bully, do you mean good?
No, I mean bully! I was the bully who took Panama from the Colombians so we could dig the darn ditch!
It won't be until 1921 that the United States apologizes and pays Colombia for their land.
I'm not apologizing to anybody. I did what I had to do. Take a look at my map here. Sorry. You know what I always say? Speak softly and carry a big stick. You've got your Atlantic Ocean here. You've got your Pacific Ocean here. You see that part in between? Land. Ships don't do well there. To get my Navy ships from the Atlantic to the Pacific, which is only 50 miles away at this point, they've got to go way down here and go around Tierra del Fuego. That adds almost 4 weeks and 8,000 miles to the trip. Beep, beep. Do you know what sailors are like when they've been cooped up for that long?
Oh, kind of ripe, huh?
We're talking speak softly and carry a big stink. But hygiene was not my motivation. Saving time was. So I built a bully canal right through Panama.
This is going to be one of the biggest engineering feats ever. You know, people have been talking about building the canal since 1529.
Talk is cheap.
And the French even tried.
Ah!
Oh, success, Valerie.
Absolutely.
To build it in 1882, you must have a great plan.
Ha! Planning! No! No time for planning. We've got to build the canal right now. So I sent down some men, some shovels, and told them, make the dirt fly! Sorry.
How's it working out, Mr. President?
Ah! Not so bully. We were working in the jungle and rainforest. Every time my men would start digging the canal, the rains would come. Not only that, but my chief engineer was taking a lot of dirt out of the ground, but hadn't planned where he was going to put it. Plus, we hadn't even thought about sanitary living conditions.
I hate sanitary living conditions. It's not me.
Worst of all, we lost thousands of workers to the most dangerous, treacherous enemy we've ever faced. The mosquito!
Hey, that's Cousin Manuel. Yo, Manny! You had battleships and bulldozers. How could a little bug stop you?
Because they were packing malaria, yellow fever, horrible diseases.
Mosquito leader, enemy sighted at 6 o'clock. I have found an opening. I'm going in.
I was forced to come up with a plan, and that plan was to make a plan.
Oh, yeah, the old plan.
First, we conducted an all-out take-no-prisoners war on the little buggers. It's not real insecticide. I just used it as a stunning visual effect. Within a year, we had wiped out yellow fever and had malaria under control. Having people who are alive work on the canal makes things go much faster.
Wow, I guess it's good to have a plan before you jump into something.
Bully for you! If we had given it a little thought before we started, we would have saved years, millions of dollars, and thousands of human lives. Well, I've got an emerging world power to run. So, if you gentlemen, and whatever you are, will excuse me,
What multivitamin is he on?
So, how long will it take to finish the Panama Canal?
It'll take more than 10 years and cost hundreds of millions of dollars.
That's a lot of money to spend on a ditch.
It's not just a ditch, my fine flea-bitten friend.
Cutting a ditch straight through 50 miles of mountains and swamps isn't practical. This is a very rainy part of the world, and where there's rain, there's mud. As soon as you dig part of the canal, mudslides would come and fill it back up again. It would be like you'd never stop digging it.
So what are they gonna do? Lift up those huge ships and carry them over the mountains?
Exactly! And to do that, they need locks.
And bagels? Who doesn't? A little cream cheese, a slice of onion, tomato. Oof! You got yourself a little slice of heaven.
Not the locks you eat, Izzy. These kind of locks. Behold. Say you're a battleship.
I'm a battleship.
On the Atlantic Ocean. And you want to get to the Pacific Ocean. They open this door, and you float into this area called a lock. Then they close the doors behind you.
Kind of lock you in.
Correct! Once you're in the lock, they add more water. That makes the ship rise. When the ship is high enough, they open the gate to the next lock so that the ship can sail in. The same thing works in reverse. They fill up this lock until it's high enough for your ship to sail in. Going down. When they lower the water, that lowers your ship into the Pacific Ocean.
The 6 locks of the Panama Canal work like an elevator that lifts a floating ship from one ocean up over the hills of Panama and sets it down gently into another ocean. It takes 52 million gallons of fresh water for a single ship to pass through the canal. But that's no problem because Panama is one of the rainiest places on Earth, more than 150 inches a year.
Small trains called mules pull the great ships into and out of the locks. Their 50-mile trip through Panama takes between 10 and 12 hours. About 12,500 ships pass through the canal each year. The canal shortcuts shaves 8,000 miles off every trip. If each ship can travel 1 mile on a gallon of fuel oil, it will save 8,000 gallons of fuel, which means 8 times 5, carry the 4. The Panama Canal saves the world at least 100 million gallons of fuel every year.
Sorry to interrupt your little lecture, Ollie, but it's time for the commander to show me what he knows. So, my little time trippers, I see you did pay a visit to President Roosevelt. Well, bully for you. Let's see what you know. This is the knowledge meter. You have exactly 60 seconds to make it reach 100%. Or I, Xena, will freeze you and your pathetic time tribe. The knowledge meter is running, the clock is ready, lightning round, go!
Xena, here's a map of the Western Hemisphere. Panama is the narrowest place between the Atlantic and the Pacific. When it was finished in 1914, the Panama Canal saved 8,000 miles on a voyage between the oceans.
Good facts, but a little slow on the trigger, Commander.
Try this, AJ.
Xena, check this out. It's an insect sprayer. Hey, hey, hey! Watch where you point that thing. The greatest problem they had building the canal was mosquitoes. They carried the deadly diseases yellow fever and malaria that killed thousands of workers.
Oh, look! The knowledge meter says you're only 2/3 there. The clock is running dangerously low. Perhaps you want to be frozen in time.
What else can I tell her? Drop it, drop it.
Throw it again, throw it again.
President Roosevelt was famous for saying, speak softly and carry a big stick. This is the big stick he carried when he came to visit us.
You only have seconds to go.
Of course, when Roosevelt said carry a big stick, he really meant having a strong army and navy to protect the United States' interests in the Western Hemisphere. Did I mention he was governor of New York?
You squeaked by, pipsqueak. But I'll take that stick. We'll meet again, AJ Malloy, and when we do... Is it hot in here? Is there something? Ah! Fire! Somebody help me do something!
Congratulations, Commander, on another successful mission.
Everything you learned is saved right here on this disc. Treasure it, AJ.
Knowledge is power.
Bit, take us home. If we leave now, we'll miss the cross-time traffic. Commander's Journal. Subject, planning ahead. Having visited President Theodore Roosevelt and learning about the problems he had building the Panama Canal, I now realize how important it is to think before we do anything. We're the only creatures on Earth that have that ability. It's a precious gift. And we'll need a 10-foot ladder, 4 drop cloths, 2 paint scrapers, and 2 15-inch rollers. Come in.
All in all, dirty clothes.
Just a second, Dad.
What are you doing, AJ?
I think you and Mom are right. If I'm gonna take on this painting job, I've gotta think it through. This is a list of all the stuff I'm gonna need. There, all done.
You forgot one thing, AJ.
I did? I've got brushes, scrapers, sprayers. I even got those little masks so we don't breathe in paint fumes.
And what makes those fumes, son?
Paint. I forgot paint. Good catch, Dad.
Hey, that's why I'm Dad, huh? You've got to get up pretty early in the... Oh! It's all right, son. I'm okay. The floor broke my fall.